As a 3PL using Magaya, you can manage the entire process of your customer's orders, starting with receiving purchase orders. Starting with the purchase order enables you to get the benefits of the automation built into the software that connects your accounting and logistics. You can give your customers different ways to send the purchase orders to you via email, EDI, or as a list. An integration will create the purchase orders in the system for you. As a 3PL, you're not purchasing the items, but you can use the purchase orders as instructions from your customers about the items. When the items are defined in the inventory items definition list and assigned to the customer, then the purchase orders that arrive will update the inventory items definition list to show what's arriving, what's available, and more. It works as a dashboard to give you the inventory visibility you need. Since each inventory item definition has a part number, it's easy to receive the items by just selecting the part number, and all the details are filled in for the receiving crew. You can add the SKU or UPC to the definition to speed up receipt. We'll cover this in another video later in this series on 3PLs. If your customers have multiple online stores, use the e-commerce platform Logistico, which can connect to your Magaya database. All the details are saved so it can be retrieved quickly when the next step occurs in your workflow, such as picking up items, receiving them, and billing your customers for your services. You can also create purchase orders manually based on information from your customers. Now that we've discussed different ways to handle incoming purchase orders, let's see how to import a list of them. Before importing purchase orders into your Magaya database, do these two steps. Look at the purchase order list in Magaya to see the column headings. The software has default columns, but you can change these based on the data your customers will send you in their purchase order list. Click Actions, choose Columns to see the columns you want. Verify the column headings in the source file, such as a CSV file or Excel spreadsheet, to see that they match the ones in your Magaya. Next, click Actions, Import. Follow the prompts in the wizard. Browse for the source file. In the next screen of the wizard, select Group by Purchase Order Number. This will import each source purchase order individually into your Magaya system. Look at the column headings and the data. Change any column headings that don't match the data. All types of data can be imported except the total dollar amount of items. Finish the wizard. Now review the list of imported purchase orders. Next, we will show you how to add a purchase order manually so you can see the screens and fields. To add a purchase order, follow these steps. From the list or document view, click the Add button. Let's start with the General tab. The transaction number, date of creation, and employee name and division are filled in automatically but can be changed. Select the buyer and the seller. If you configured your system to allow the selection from your customer list in the seller field, then you will see your customers here in the drop-down. Select a different address if needed. If the customer has payment terms defined for them, the terms will fill in automatically. Select a mode of transport. If the purchase order was approved, select the name and approval date. Enter the shipping date. If the purchase order is part of a job, set it here. If the seller has accepted the purchase order, check this box. Now go to the Commodities tab. Click Add and select the part numbers. This pulls from your list of inventory item definitions. Enter the quantity. If you want to see different columns in the Commodity tab, right-click in this screen and select Choose Columns. For example, you can move the line number column over so it's easy to see at a glance, or just click and drag a column heading in place. You can reset the line numbers later by right-clicking, such as if you delete an item and want to reset the numbering. On the Charges tab, add your expenses such as crating, storage, or handling. As needed, add events, attachments, and notes. Click OK to save. Now, all the details are saved in the document. You can print or send the document by email or through the Magaya network. Depending on your workflow, you can convert the purchase order into the next transaction, saving data entry. Click the Actions button to see the options. Create a pickup order, warehouse receipt, bill, or sales order. The bill option may be grayed out depending on your configuration setting. When creating bills, consider the following. If there are charges for more than one vendor, the system will create a bill for each vendor with the appropriate charges. If there are charges in more than one currency for the same vendor, the bills will be split with the charges of the different currencies. The billing options are usually more important to wholesalers than 3PLs, but they're available if you need them. Let's look at converting the purchase order into a warehouse receipt. The status of the items will be on hand. When converting a purchase order into a warehouse receipt for items with variable weight, you can indicate the actual weight received. You can load the purchase order or select items from the purchase order. This will help the receiving process for loads that come in with only partial amounts from different purchase orders. In the last part of this video tutorial, we will show you how to work with the list of purchase orders. We just looked at the options available from the Actions button to convert a purchase order. Now let's look at more options that help your business. Let's start with Reports. Click Actions, Reports. For example, click By Seller. In the report, configure the header if you want to see a summarized report, see the font, and then see the font and numbering options. Select the date range and choose the columns. If you would like more filtering options, see the standard and advanced filters. When finished, you can save it, print it, or use the other options on the toolbar. Don't forget the Inventory Item Definitions list, which can give you more inventory visibility. The last thing in this video is a quick way to save the list view. Follow these 3 easy steps. First, choose the columns you want. Second, filter the list by preset date ranges or by using the standard or advanced filter to view the information you want. Third, save the view to use at any time you want. Check out the knowledge base for step-by-step articles you can print or email to help you use the software fully. Be sure to see our other videos in the 3PL series. Thank you.